I don't even have anything prepped. Fuck. Hey, hi, how are you? Thanks for hanging out today. I have decided that even though I'm a little behind the times, which is normal for a Canadian, I'm gonna play with this today. Yes, I ordered the Laura Lee Nudie Patootie palette. I didn't get the first one, the cat's pajamas. I just wasn't really interested, so I didn't get it. But this one looked so much nicer, and I am very excited. I do love this. My qualm when I got it in the mail, I ordered it from Beauty Bay, and one of the shadows actually came broken. I kind of pressed it back in, but here she is. I don't know if you can even tell. This shadow is the one that came broken. So I'm a little worried about that, but the rest of them are super beautiful. I am gonna play with this puppy today. Who's excited? Anyway, this guy, actually, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Comes with a giant mirror, so it's pretty sweet for travel. A lot of people had complaints about her first palette, Cat's Pajamas, and the shadow names not having anything to do with each other. So she kind of made this one a little more cohesive. The packaging, name, the shade names, all that jazz. It's beautiful. There are 14 shades. I think I paid around 70 Canadian for it. And that includes like the shipping and stuff. So a little up there in price, but what can you do? I'm gonna start with the eyes. And as per usual, this guy is getting so empty. I need a new one soon. Anyway, this is the Smashbox Photo Finish 24-hour eyeshadow primer. Favorite eyeshadow primer. Also, don't mind my chipped tooth. Chipped it the other day. I chipped my tooth the other day. Brushing my teeth. Of course. Brushing my teeth. I actually, it already had a cap on it, that tooth, because I chipped it last August. So it's been less than a year that the cap has been on and it came off. Just brushing my teeth. To start, actually, I'm gonna set my eyelid. The shade Streaking. Shit, I didn't take any photos. Be right back. I took a couple photos. Okay, I am going to set... I don't know why I talk while I'm doing other things, because I know that it's fucking noisy. Like, whenever I edit it, I'm like, that's really annoying. What are you doing there? That's really loud. Please stop doing that. So I need to get better at talking and then making the noise, or making the noise and then talking, because making the noise while talking is really annoying. I'm gonna set my eyeshadow primer with the shade Streaking, just dipping in with a fluffy brush here, and I'm gonna place this all over the lid. Just kind of pat it. Okay, that's a little more pigmented than I anticipated. I thought it was a little closer to my skin color, but it's not. I'm going to dip into Bear, this pinky one at the end here. Not too much follow, not bad. And this is going in the crease. There is a little bit of like powdery kick up. No big deal. These are much more pigmented than I anticipated. I've been hearing a lot of controversial things about it. Not as much as the Cat's Pajamas palette, but I know I'm not the only one that received a palette with a broken shadow. I am just lucky that it was one and that I was able to like push it back in. Using that same brush, I'm just going in with Butt Naked. These names are hilarious, by the way. And I'm going a little bit lower and more on the outer half of my lid with this. Nakey. And I'm really just pressing this in the outer corner to give a little more dimension before I go with a lid shade. This brush is a little more stiff, so it's actually like kicking up a lot more shadow in the pan. Oh, that turned out a little more pigmented than I imagined. I'm just gonna go back in with that Bear shade and kind of buff everything out. I'm just gonna be doing the eyes here. And then I'll turn the camera off, do my face, come back on, finish my eyes. Because I don't want this video to be 6 years long. Because it's annoying to edit. I'm lazy, so that's the main reason. What am I gonna put all over my lid, guys? A lot of people have been playing with this Jaybird shade and this Au Naturel shade. I don't know what I want to use. I mean, those are obviously the most eye-catching shades in the palette, but I don't know. Is it me, or do the exposed shade and the uncover shade look almost identical? Whatever, you know what? I'm gonna go in with Jaybird because I can. Oh, shit. Okay. Here we go. That's nice. This shade, though, honestly, almost like a liquid. But not a liquid. You know what I'm talking about? You know, like the L'Oreal, why can't I speak? These thingies. The infallible eyeshadows, it's like that, but mixed with like the Tarte chrome paint. It's like a liquid, but like a really crumbly, almost solid liquid. Am I making sense? Do you know what I mean when I say that? Oh, that's what I should have done. A 3 looks 1 palette. Let me know, actually, if you guys want to see a 3 looks 1 palette with this palette, because I would really like to play around with it more. I won't be mad. Like, it's a neutral palette. There's no denying that. It's a neutral palette, but it's a unique neutral. There are so many different combinations that can happen with this, and I would like to find out what I can come up with. So I think that might be it for now. I will come back. The rest of my shit's gonna be done. Not my hair though, because let's be serious, my hair's never done. So I will return, and I'm back. Looking a little different. For my face, I have YSL All Hours foundation over top of the Urban Decay B6 primer spray, Smashbox, the pore filling one, primer, Urban Decay color corrector in peach, as well as Sephora Bright Future gel serum concealer. Don't remember the shade, probably the lightest one. Powder, just the NYC loose powder, bronzer, Benefit Hoola, blush, Milani Berry Amore, highlight, Anastasia Amrezy, and Mary Luminizer by The Balm. Lashes, liner, I haven't done a wing in a minute. I'm not mad at it. I think it's okay. So the wing is Kat Von D tattoo, and lashes are just like a 5-pack. They're called Glam Wispies. I got them at Winners. And the balm is the best. Oh my god. It's this. The Fresh Sugar Coconut Hydrating Lip Balm. This one, I think might be limited edition. They came out with a bunch of like new flavors, but the coconut one is the only one that's available at Sephora. I really wanted the peach one, but it's only available, I think, on the Fresh website. Back at the eyeballs. I think I'm just gonna put a touch of Jaybird, like in the inner third of my lower lash line. Also, word to the wise, if you're going to use that shadow dry, don't, because it has a lot of fallout. I'm gonna go in with Butt Naked and just kind of drag it along the rest of the lower lash line. With that same brush, I'm actually going to go into Nakey Nakey and do like the outer corner too. You know what? I think Nakey Nakey might just be like a more pigmented shadow than the rest of them, because I'm going in with a different brush and a very light hand, and I'm still getting a hell of a lot of pigment off of that. And then to really tie everything together, going back in with the shade Bare and really just blowing that out. Inner corner and brow bone highlight, I am just gonna use Mary Luminizer because I actually very much prefer to have my regular highlight be the same as my inner corner and brow bone. To me, it just seems a little more cohesive, unless I'm going for like a crazy inner corner highlight. Like the other day I was using the Natasha Denona holiday palette. The other day I was using this, and I used this as my inner corner highlight. So I'm not gonna use that shade as my like cheekbone highlight, you know? So unless I'm going for something like really neat looking like that, I prefer to have my cheekbone highlight be the same as my inner corner and brow bone. It just kind of brings it all together, you know? I haven't used these in forever. I'm gonna use this. This is the Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color. This is in the shade Seduction, and I feel like it goes along quite well with the nude dealy that's going on. Looks kind of warmer on camera than it is in real life. Now I'm gonna give myself a little spray. And that is all she wrote. My thoughts on the palette, beautiful, pigmented, blendable, not too much fallout, beautiful shade range. I mean, it fits the bill when it comes to the name Nudie Patootie. It's a little expensive, but that's because I'm a cheapo Filippo. I mean, if you order it, be careful and be forewarned that you may have broken shades, because I did. I thought maybe I was going to be the exception because, I don't know, I just think I'm special. But yeah, it's, you know, it's beautiful. It's cruelty-free, made in the US. I really like it. Do you need it? Probably not, especially if you have similar shades in your collection. That's all I got. Please let me know if you want to see a 3 looks 1 palette with this guy, because I would really love to play around with it some more. I think that's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and until next time, see ya.